everybody, and welcome to TJ Foodies. I am the reviewer, aka Miss TJ.
And I'm Cool Colas, Mr. TJ.
Alright, so today we are going to be going to Cookies, Creole and Soul. You know, it's not the 5-star grill. Those are two different, restaurants and whatnot. So we're going to be doing Cookies, Creole and Soul today. I will be trying the, the chicken and waffles. Hopefully I can get the strawberry cream. I want to try a different topping. So I'm trying to get the strawberry cream, I believe it is, chicken and waffles. So that's what I will be trying today. And
I'm going to be trying the Cajun seafood mac and cheese. So I'm going to be showing you all what that looks like, give you my reactions and all that, and we can kind of go from there. But you'll get to either way see like both of our reactions to our meals, what we think, and we'll just give you an experience where you'll be able to get to see two different sides and two different meals. So
exactly. So yeah, all right, well, we're gonna go ahead and go get the food, and we'll come.
I'm getting the food, remember?
He's getting I'm gonna stay here
and chill
and then he gonna get the food. So
right,
yeah, but all right. We'll come back to y'all.
See y'all in a little bit. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Cool Colas here, and I'm sitting here now with my meal that I got from Cookies, Creole, and Soul. So what I got was the Cajun mac and cheese, or seafood mac and cheese more so. So if you look here in the bowl, you got a couple different things. You got a little bit of macaroni and cheese, 5 cheese macaroni and cheese. You got some catfish in here. You got some shrimp. If you look right there, you got, a little bit of like that crab meat right there. Then you got yourself a little lobster tail. So, as you look here, it looks pretty gooey, it looks pretty cheesy. It looks pretty nice. Maybe some peppers here even too. A little pepper, see that right there? So, it looks pretty good. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to y'all. It looks a little small. It does look a little small. So that's one thing that I just noticed kind of off rip, but it could be filling when I eat it because it's a lot of like seafood and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try a little bit.
Okay.
Get a couple bites so we can get all the flavors.
Right.
All of them.
Right.
Okay. So. That's pretty good. Ooh. So.
Yep.
I was not expecting this.
What happened?
It's a little spicy.
Got a little kick?
I was not expecting that.
Oh,
There's
wow.
a little spice to it. Because like when you eat mac and cheese, you don't really expect that. You expect to have a little bit of it's kind of mellowed out because there's so much cheese in it.
Right.
To me, from the first bite, it doesn't taste cheesy. It tastes like it has like kind of like almost like a cheese sauce to me. Okay. That's kind of like the vibe that I get. But I'm gonna kind of get into a couple other things.
Get into a little bit more. Okay. I got a piece of shrimp. Okay.
That shrimp's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
Okay.
That might be where some of the spice is coming from. I can tell. But it's so good. It's so good. Now let's get a little bit of the catfish.
Okay, yeah, that catfish look good.
It does look really good. It looks all crispy and stuff. Look at that.
Oh.
Look at that. Look like your mama's catfish.
What's wrong, honey?
Perfecto.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Good?
Perfect. Everything about it was really good. So let's try some of the crab and then some of the noodles too.
Okay.
Together.
Okay.
Very good too. All very, very, very good. You got yourself a little half of a lobster tail there.
Let's zoom in. Wow.
Look at that lobster tail. Look how juicy. Look at that juice just kind of simmering in on that lobster.
Man. That looks good.
Let me get a little bite.
Okay.
Of the lobster. I'm gonna try to tear a little bit off there if I can. I'm kind of tussling with it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then get a couple noodles and eat it together.
All right.
Lobster is really good too. So, this is what I'm getting from it. Mm-hmm. After taking several bites of this food, the seafood is totally on. Ooh, the seafood is totally on point. Totally on point.
Okay.
It's seasoned to perfection. It has a nice little, I don't know, like I'm gonna call it a cookie spice or whatever on it. It has a nice little like cookie spice on it. But macaroni and cheese is cool. It's a little bit different. Only because I usually expect mine to be a little bit more cheesy. I like my cheese to be a little bit more, I don't know if hardened is the right word, but like it's definitely like more saucy as far as the cheese goes. It's good, but it's just not typically what I would get as a cheese personally.
Gotcha.
It has like some peppers and other stuff in it too, so that's a little bit different as well. Just some I just typically don't really see in macaroni.
Gotcha.
But again, I think they're going for like a Cajun style type of thing, which is like really cool. Still, like it tastes really good, so don't get me wrong. It's just that with the cheese, when I hear something that says 5 cheese anything, I'm thinking that thing's gonna be cheesy. And it's kind of like a cheese sauce to me.
Okay.
So that's my rating. It's pretty good though. Overall, I do like it. It's just the macaroni, as far as it being like cheesy threw me a little bit. But other than that, it's good. It's good.
All right. All right, so this is my review. I have the chicken and waffles. Originally, I was trying to get I think it was the strawberries and cream, but they didn't have it today. So my husband just got me the original. So right now, we kind of just looking, kind of see what we got. You know, you got your waffle. The waffle feels pretty soft, as you can kind of see.
Look at them wings.
And the wings these look good. These look good. Look nice and seasoned. Right here, we got a thing of syrup. I don't know if I can open it. Hold on now. Yeah, so we got some syrup. So we're going to just pour a little bit on here real quick. Get it on you want to get on the waffle a little bit, you know.
Look at it. Making. I love how the waffle makes a little pocket for the syrup.
Right.
See how it makes a little pocket right there?
I did. Yeah. All right. So let's take a little piece of this chicken. Oh goodness.
Just look at the inside of that, baby.
Wow, look at that.
Nicely cooked.
All right. Let's take a couple bites. Oh, that's really good. Fried really well. Got a lot of seasonings on there. It's tasting really good. This is okay. I'm liking that. Okay, now oh man, look at that. I'm able to cut that with a fork. Okay, hold on, wait a minute.
Okay, more sauce overload.
Gotta get a little bit more syrup, on there.
I said sauce overload, like that's some sauce, some syrup.
All right, come on, let's get a little. Oh, that's a good waffle. Oh yeah, it's nice, and as you can see, it's fluffy. You know how sometimes you have them waffles and they kind of be like kind of hard and stuff like that. This is not, you're not getting that here. It's a nice consistency. And what I'm about to do, hold on. We gotta, because if you're gonna have chicken and waffles,
you gonna make you a little combination?
You got to. Okay, we gonna have to do a little. Now we gonna.
That was it, huh?
Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. I like it. I especially like it together. It tastes really good. Like I said, the waffle is like a good. It's like a good consistency. Like as you can kind of see, like it's not like too hard. It has like that softness to it. You know, the syrup's kind of like melting in there. You see, like kind of went in little pockets and stuff. And they give you quite a bit of like, wings. They give you some good, like these are like the traditional wings. So, and they're like seasoned really well, fried good. It's still really warm. I mean, it's not warm, really hot, and whatnot. So yeah, I'm liking kind of what I have so far. This is my first time having the chicken and waffles here. So yeah, but pretty good so far.
Cool.
All right. So we are back.
Yes.
And we are ready to tell you guys kind of our review and kind of what we were thinking of the food today when we went to Cookies, Creole, and Soul. Did you want to go first? Or you want
Sure, I can go first.
All right.
So, just to re-go over what I had again, I had the Cajun seafood mac and cheese from Cookies, Creole, and Soul. So, you kind of heard a little bit of my first reactions of the meal when I was eating it. But just as a final recap, I would say the meal had a lot of different things in it. It had a five cheese type of thing going on in there, according to what the menu said about it. Okay. It had some crab meat. It had lobster. It actually had a lobster tail, like half a lobster tail in it, as y'all saw. It had shrimp in it. It had like a big old piece of catfish in it, like a big, gigantic, I think those are like monster, like the Superman of catfish up in there. Wow. And then they had, the macaroni noodles. It had like some little peppers. I thought I saw tomato too, and and I had like another little sauce in it. So the first thing I want to say is the seafood was on freaking point, y'all. Yeah. I love the seafood in there. The catfish was amazing. And it was amazing with like the sauce that it was in. The shrimp was amazing, and it gave it a little bit of a kick because the shrimp I saw it had a little bit of seasoning on it. That was on point. The lobster was on point. The crab meat was on point. Really, every last seafood item was great. I have no complaints about the way that it was prepared. I have no complaints about what was I guess like any of the seafood that's in it. Like one was better than the other. Anything. They all were balanced pretty well. If I had to pick which one was best, I love that catfish. Oh yeah, that catfish was on point. The catfish and the shrimp being second, because the catfish, it was just massive and it was just swimming in this goo of cheese that was there, and it was really good. Now let me get to the other part of it. The part I'm going to be very honest with y'all about, and I love Cookies, so this is definitely no like shot to them. This is just on my preference in the meal, but I was not really a fan of the macaroni and cheese part. I wasn't. When I think of macaroni and cheese, I think of Mama's macaroni and cheese. Like as far as like what I like. So what that means is like having a macaroni and cheese where like it's very cheesy, like you pull it and the cheese is coming off of it. Or there's like I said it earlier, hardened cheese or something like that, where it's like visible, and like you have to pull it and it's basically slapping you in the damn face while you're eating it. Like that's the type of cheese that I expect to get when I get mac and cheese. Now again, I think they could have been going for something like Creole-like because it had cheese, but it was more of a cheese sauce. But then as I tasted, I'm like, is that a little sweet? Like there's like a little Creole sauce or something. So I don't know if it was mixed with a roux or it was mixed with some type of sauce, like unknown secret sauce or something. It had a little sweetness to it that I typically don't get in mac and cheese. And then that sweetness was enhanced with the red peppers and the yellow peppers. And then with the addition of, and the green pepper didn't enhance the sweetness, but it just gave it a different taste. So as I ate it, I'm like, these are all things that I like, but not things that I necessarily like together. So I would have left it out because to me it was very saucy. So I didn't really get that cheese pull that I was hoping to get. Like it's okay for it to be a little cheese saucy, but if I feel like that's all it was. It wasn't like pulled cheesy at all. And when you hear 5 cheese, the first thing you think is that cheese is going to pull. Yeah, that's the first thing you think. Yeah, it's going to be a whole lot of cheese. Because then I'm sitting there like, what type of cheese is in there? Is it cheddar? Is it, provolone? Is it Gouda? Is it Swiss? And I wasn't really sure because the cheese was so saucy. It was hard to tell what type of cheese it may have even been. That's how difficult it was. And that could be attributed to the fact that there were all those cheeses in there, but to me,
kind of like mixed into like a sauce versus like
but to me it drowned it out because it was kind of like saucy. So again, that was not my favorite thing. The other thing that I would say about it too is like, as far as like the size, I kind of gauged it correctly when I first came in and said it was small because it was rather small after eating it. Now, mind you, today I had me a really big old breakfast. So that might be why I'm full and why I'm good. But I don't know if I'd be that same level of full if I just ate that today. So with all of that said, the one thing that I want to say about the meal that I had today is that on top of the fact that, you know, some parts were good, some parts weren't as good as I wanted it to be, it was a little pricey. It was. So that meal, that mac and cheese that I got was about $15. Now again, like, it's seafood, so that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. But like at the same time, it wasn't necessarily what I kind of expected. Gotcha. Like, just from my perspective. So with that, if I had to tier list what I had today, I probably would give it high C tier. And I say that to say that there's a lot of really good meals at Cookies, but this one in particular to me was kind of a little bit above average, and most of it was above average because of the seafood. The seafood was on point. I loved the seafood. Loved it, loved it, loved it. The mac and cheese part, not so much. Again, if you're a sweet you like stuff that's a little on the sweet side, you like something a little bit different with your mac and cheese, that's for you. Yeah. But if you just want the basics, it ain't for you. I'm just gonna be honest. I give it high C tier.
I see.
I had some on my nose.
Yeah, I just don't get it.
I swear you always do this.
You know, you gotta be a friend. All right. So I was just waiting for him to finish. I didn't want to do it while he was talking, and it'd be weird. But anyways, okay. So yeah, okay.
Like that would have stopped you from being weird.
What? Anyways, so all right. So as you all know, I had the chicken and waffles. And I really wanted to have like the strawberries and cream, so I was kind of like disappointed that they didn't have that, because I really didn't want the traditional chicken and waffles. I kind of wanted like some other type of topping on top to just make it a little bit different. So that was kind of like, oh man, I wish I would have, you know, had that. But I will say that the waffle was really good. It was like nice and soft. But it wasn't like too soft. It was like a good consistency. Like, it wasn't like hard, but it wasn't like too soft, and it was like fluffy. Like, kind of that fluffy. I really liked how the service kind of just like eased in it, as you seen earlier in the video. The chicken was chicken wings were pretty good too, as far as like, you know, being seasoned and everything. It had a nice fry to it, and I kind of liked the way it was like tasting and whatnot. Even when I had put it together with the waffle, it seemed to go very well. The one thing I will say, and this is probably just me for like my type of chicken, but I like the seasoning on the outside, and I wish they would have had a little bit more of that seasoning in the inside of the chicken. Like
seeped into it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's just me, because I kind of like a little bit more like salt or whatever on my food and different things like that. So that could just be a me thing. But I kind of would want it to be have a little bit more seasoning in the inside of the chicken, like that same seasoning they had on the outside, because that seasoning on the outside was like really good. But I think it being paired with the waffle definitely kind of helped it. So like having like that sweet and that savory, that kind of went together really well.
It's all good.
So yeah, so based off the fact that I really wasn't able to get exactly what I really wanted, and I kind of wanted the chicken in the inside to be like have a little bit more of that seasoning on the outside, I would say I would give it between like a 7.5, 8 would be my rating. So again, like, I like Cookies a lot. We've had a lot of different things from Cookies.
Love Cookies.
But I just think for me personally, I kind of wanted something, like I had my mind kind of, you know, you get your mind set on something and you're like, I want this, and you almost like tasting it.
Oh yeah.
And I kind of wanted that strawberry, and you know, I kind of just wanted something different. But it was still really good, so I can't sit there and say that it wasn't. So, but yeah, that's kind of the rating that I have. And again, like, that's kind of just where I'm at. So
sure. And then the other things that we kind of want to discuss too, that we probably should have discussed a little bit earlier, but we were eager to get into like our reviews. Yeah. You know, I had to do a little eager pose.
Wow, that was extra.
Anyway, so like, the one thing that I also want to talk about was customer service, because I do that for all of like the food reviews. I feel like we didn't do that with Chick-fil-A. Honestly, thinking about it, but
I feel like we didn't. But I mean, you know,
Chick-fil-A is literally stellar every single time. It's like a 5 every time you walk up.
Yeah.
There.
So I mean, I think we rated the whole experience on that one. Yeah. Actually, so
that was a 5. That was a 5. So. Yeah.
It was a 5.
So
for that. So.
Focusing back on Cookies, Creole, and Soul.
Right.
I would say that, when I walked in there, like the line was, it was about decent. It wasn't long, but it was like a medium amount of people in there. Okay. Like a decent amount of people, but it wasn't too long, too bad or anything like that. When I walked up to the counter lady, I don't remember if she said hi or not. I thought she did, but we got masks on, so it's kind of hard to tell. I did hear her say, "Go ahead with your order." After that, so there was that. And then I remember, she said it was going to be about 25 minutes as far as a wait time. It was about 25 minutes. Mm-hmm. So that part was on point. Okay. Customer service overall, I would say is pretty average there. Nothing like, oh my God, I remember how great that was, but nothing like where it was like, oh my God, she was rude, she was terrible, or she was dry. Right. She was helpful. I asked her about how much you get with the mac and cheese. She said it should serve probably one person. Okay. All this stuff. So she was honest, but and helpful. So about 3.5. Okay. We'll say about 3.5. Okay. But it was on time, so 3.5, maybe even 4, so somewhere in that range. Just kind of like last time when I went into Cookies not Creole, so Cookies 5-Star Grill. Mm-hmm. So overall, for the number for our time spent at Cookies, what would you give it out of 5, baby?
The number of times. As
far as how we give it the overall score out of 5. What would you say the overall score out of 5 was for your experience?
So for the food and everything?
Yeah.
I would say maybe a 3.5.
I'd probably say about a 3.5 as well.
Yeah. Yep. 3.5.
It was about 3.5. Yeah. It was good.
I just felt for me personally, I've had things for instance, their po' boys. Yeah. And they're amazing. Mm-hmm. So I feel comparing the po' boy to what I had today as far as the chicken and waffles, it just
no comparison.
It's not, and I feel maybe because they kind of specialize in the whole seafood thing, that could be why the seafood is just amazing. But I feel having the po' boy and then having the chicken waffles, I'm man, I'm gonna have to start just sticking with my po' boys. I just feel it's certain things that when you go to a certain restaurant, you I gotta get this when I go there. I know this is gonna be the bomb. And that's kind of just what it is. But yeah, I would say for this one, I would give it a 3.5.
I would probably agree with you on 3.5, but I do want to say too, I would second your review about the chicken and waffles, only because I didn't really try a piece of chicken myself, but we have this little insider between us, and I always call it deboning that chicken. And so the reason why I would say deboning that chicken is because, you got different levels of deboning. When you're finishing chicken, you got that level of deboning where there's some skin still on it. You still see some meat in it. Did you really eat that wing, or was you just playing around in your food? You must not have had a mama who told you need to eat all the food at the table before you go to sleep or before you do whatever you're about to do. So, but you got that level. Mm-hmm. Then you got that medium level, which is it was mostly deboned, but there's a little chicken left. And you're why you ain't eat that? And then you got people like me, the greedy, ravenous people who will basically suck into the marrow. Then you got people like me. It's a thing. So anyway, she's probably somewhere in the middle.
I'm definitely in the middle.
And I was looking at that and I was girl, I see some chicken on that bone. I might have to just kind of take a little sliver of that.
He literally took it.
I had to take a little sliver off of it. We're husband and wife, we're family, so we can eat off each other. It's all good. But anyway,
y'all see my face.
I tried a little bit of it, and I will admit that when I tried that little bit of chicken, it did need a little bit of more seasoning. So I'll back you on that. When you said that. So yeah. Yeah. I get why you reviewed it the way you did. Again, I didn't taste it all the way through. I may have a different feeling on it overall, just having a full piece. But I did want to say that there is a little bit of credibility behind it not seeping in just from that alone. You just know when you have even the bone is dang, this is a well seasoned bone. Mm-hmm. So but that's all we got for today. So if you like this video, feel free to hit that subscribe button.
And comment.
Yep, give us a like, give us a comment. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your cousins, tell your baby mama.
So dramatic.
Tell whoever about our channel.
All right, y'all.
All right, y'all.
Thanks for watching, and y'all have a good day.
See you later.
Bye.
Peace.